Hey guys, welcome to the Storm Shelter. Today we're going over another parable that is the Great Feast. This is Palpable Parables. The Great Feast. In the book of Luke, chapter 14, verses 16 to 24, it reads, Jesus replied, "A certain man was preparing a great banquet and invited many guests. At the time of the banquet, he sent his servant to tell those who had been invited, 'Come, for everything is now ready.' But they all alike began to make excuses. The first said, 'I have just bought a field, and I must go and see it. Please excuse me.' Another said, 'I have just bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I'm on my way to try them out. Please excuse me.' Still another said, 'I just got married, so I can't come.' The servant came back and reported this to his master. The owner of the house became angry and ordered his servant, 'Go out quickly into the streets and alleys of the town and bring in the poor, the crippled, the blind, and the lame.' 'Sir,' the servant said, 'what you ordered has been done, but there is still room.' Then the master told his servant, 'Go out to the roads and country lanes and compel them to come in, so that my house will be full. I tell you, not one of those who were invited will get a taste of my banquet.'" Before Jesus told this parable, he was instructing the host of his meal that a host should not invite his friends, family, or wealthy people to his meal because they might repay him later. Instead, he should invite those who cannot repay him. With that, the host would be repaid at the resurrection. At the time Jesus told the parable of the great banquet, he was guiding his apostles. Those who refused the invitation to the banquet symbolized the Jews who were offered salvation but rejected Jesus instead. As soon as the Jews refused to follow Christ, the apostles were to turn their attention to the Gentiles to fill the banquet hall or bring people to God's kingdom. The good news of Christ is an invitation to everyone, then and today. We all have the chance to accept the invitation to the banquet or not accept it. All is welcome. Unfortunately, not everyone will attend. The ones that accept the invitation are rewarded with the beautiful and wonderful feast of salvation. The banquet that God is offering all of us is the mercy and grace we receive through the gospel, that is, through Christ. All the people that refused to come to the man's banquet were busy. Life had gotten in the way. Nothing in life has more priority than God. Shrugging off God's invitation because we're too busy for church, too tired to pray, too arrogant to help the beggar, refusing to set time to read the Bible, or too anything that God has asked us to do is a slap in God's face tremendously. God has called us to his banquet, his kingdom, through Christ. If we dismiss his invitation for whatever reason, God moves on. He doesn't force us to love him, to spend time with him, or to care for his people. Instead, he moves on to call others. He will fill his kingdom with or without us. Humans are too sinful to be worthy of Jesus' invitation, but he doesn't care. All are welcome. The poor and the lowly are as welcome as the rich and famous. His invitation, in our accepting, it is the only path to our salvation. No repayment expected. All we have to do is show up. The host of his meal was instructed that a host should not invite his friends, family, or wealthy people to his meal because they might repay him later. Instead, he should invite those who cannot repay him. The host would be repaid at the resurrection. Jesus says we will be blessed for helping or extending kindness to those who can't repay us. In the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 10, it reads, "God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him as you have helped his people and continue to help them." Galatians, chapter 5, verse 13, "You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh. Rather, serve one another humbly in love." Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 17 reads, "Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done." In the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 16, it reads, "And do not forget to do good and to share with others, for with such sacrifices God is pleased. In the book of John, chapter 15, verses 12 to 13, it reads, "My command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." In the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 42, it reads, "Give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you." In the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 13, it reads, "Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality." In the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 16, it reads, "In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." In the book of Philippians, chapter 2, verses 3 to 4, it reads, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of others." In the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verses 44 to 45, it reads, "They also will answer, 'Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty, or a stranger, or needing clothes, or sick, or in prison, and did not help you?' He will reply, 'Truly I tell you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me.'" In the book of James, chapter 2, verses 14 to 17, it reads, "What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save them? Suppose a brother or a sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to them, 'Go in peace, keep warm and well fed,' but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead." There's a couple of messages that we're getting out of all of this, and I hope you guys are receiving it. For one, we're to look out for each other, to look out for those that need help. If they ask, help them. Be there for them. Be there for each other. At the same time, we're seeing that Jesus is telling the banquet owner that giving unto friends and to others, because he knows that they can repay him, is not the same as doing it to those that are unable to repay. The biggest thing is we're to do things and not expect payment in return. We're to be selfless in everything. And just like what Jesus was saying about those that he told them, if I came to you, and I was hungry and you gave me food, if I was thirsty and you gave me drink, so on and so forth. They're just like, well, when did you do this? And he says, to the least of these that you've done it unto me. But in the same sense, just like the verse we just read where he says, I was hungry and you didn't give me food. I was thirsty and you didn't give me drink, so on and so forth. And they're asked, well, when were you hungry? When were you thirsty? Or naked? Or in prison? Or in the hospital? Or anything like that? And he's like, to the least of these that you did not do it, you did not do it to me. We're to look out for each other. We're not to look for a reward, because our reward will be in heaven. We're to help each other, but also to continue to spread the invitation that God is giving each and every single one of us out there. Not just those that are following him now, but those that don't even know about him. We're to spread that invitation. God wants his house full. He wants everyone to come to him. He wants everyone to come to heaven. So be sure to go out and spread the word, spread the gospel, spread his love and forgiveness to everyone you come into contact with. Spread those seeds. If they don't want to accept it, they don't want to accept it. It's up to them to accept the invitation, but to be a bearer of that invitation and to let others know that that invitation is there. It's ready for them to take it. It's ready for them to accept it. That's great news. Others need to hear it. Sometimes you may be the only person that allows them to be able to hear it. The only one that will tell them about it. So go out there, help others, guys. Be there for others. Spread the word. Be great to others and offer assistance and help. We need to look out for each other, to provide love for each other. If you were in that situation, you'd hope somebody else would too. I hope this helps you guys, helps you in your walk with God. I hope this has encouraged you. I know it certainly did me. For more Kingdom content, make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe for more. And check out the other videos I've got on the channel. And keep waiting for the next parable as I put that one out soon too. I love you guys. And God bless you all.